One of the most powerful things when you're building a physical products brand, an e-commerce company, an Amazon FBA business is harnessing the power of an audience. When you've got aligned customers that are suited to the products and the problems that you're solving, and you build that up over time, it just becomes a lot easier to identify new products to roll out, to iterate on existing products, and to have a willing customer base that will help launching your products a heck of a lot easier. But there's a problem, and it's a big problem. Building an audience is really, really hard. And if you're just starting out from scratch or you've got a relatively new business without a ton of audience, the question becomes, well, how the hell do you do it? Well, the good news, in this video, I'm gonna break down the 5 ways that you can easily, quickly, and without a lot of heartache, build an audience to research the best products, validate your idea, and ultimately have a rabid audience to launch your product. What is up, guys? Welcome to Heist. This is a YouTube channel that every single Monday drops content on the strategies, tactics, and approaches to building and scaling online e-commerce physical products brands. And I'm really, really excited about the topic today because it's around audience building. And if you look back over, 2, 3, 4 years ago, you could run pretty inexpensive Facebook ads to convert customers if you're D2C, or on the Amazon channel, you could literally just throw products up without a whole lot of thought and get away with riding the wave of the existing customers that exist on the Amazon platform. But moving forward, it's becoming incredibly important to have your own army of traffic and to have customers that can be weaponized to create the best products, but also to have product launches become more predictable. So let's dive into the 5 easiest ways to do this, even and especially if you don't have an audience today. All right, so the first strategy and tool I want to talk about is a software platform called Viper. Now, what Viper does is it helps you create a pre-embedded launch audience even in advance of when your product's actually ready. So let's imagine a world where you've created a product to launch on Amazon, it's on the water, which might take a month or so to get to the United States. You've got all this idle time, your listing's ready to go, but there's not a lot you can do. Enter Viper. What you can do with Viper is you can have contests, deals, socially incentivized pre-launch lists that you can build up to drum up attention, to drum up emails, and to drum up contacts such that when your product is actually in the United States or wherever you're selling, and when it's ready to go live on Amazon, you've got this embedded pre-launch army ready to rock and roll. So a couple ways that you can do this. One is to have a higher ticket item related to your niche. Have that as a giveaway that you can leverage with influencers, groups, your existing lists that you may have if you've got them, and use that as a hook to grab people's attention. So let's imagine for a second you're in the golf niche. Maybe you get a $2,000 set of golf clubs, make that as a free giveaway, and then you hit up Facebook groups, you hit up local golf communities, you hit up friends that are golfers and say, hey, if you enter this contest, you have a chance to win this $2,000 set of golf clubs. But what's really cool about Viper is there's also benefit in sharing. So every time somebody shares, or you can have other incentives like liking your Instagram account, so that if they do those actions that you want, they get additional entries. So it can become one of those things that snowballs and builds up a broader audience. Another way that we like to do this is to say have 10 to 20 free product giveaways as part of the product you're launching. So you may say, hey, we're giving away 20 of this XYZ product launching on Amazon. All you need to do is fill out this form, enter, and you're off to the races. Again, if they share it, if there's other behavioral incentives you want to add to your landing page on Viper, that gives them additional credits in the actual launch. And then the key thing with whatever campaign and structure you do is to offer some kind of a percentage discount after the pre-launch contest is over, such that those people can actually buy the product that you're launching on Amazon. So let's say that you did the 20 giveaway, they weren't a winner. After that pre-launch campaign is over and the product's ready to go, you can actually email those folks with a custom coupon code that they can then use to purchase the product on Amazon, instigating that groundswell of activity that's incredibly important to launch and rank a product effectively. So I'll leave a link down below for Viper if you want to check it out, but it's an awesome tool to build up that pre-launch list if you don't have one already. The second great way to build an audience if you don't have one already is to actually go old school in the digital frontier and look at Facebook groups, especially private Facebook groups. So any niche under the sun likely has dozens or even hundreds of private Facebook groups with your ideal customer base that could effectively become part of your audience. So how this looks is you go into the search bar under the groups category and type in some niche keywords that are related to your niche. So if we're doing golfing as an example, there are literally dozens upon dozens of potential golf private Facebook groups that we can then add. You want to go ahead and add those well in advance of when you want to launch a product, become a participant in those communities. So like, comment, post stuff of value to the community so you're not just a spammer. And then after some time's kind of generated, reach out to the moderators of those groups. There could be a handful of ways that you could do this. One, you could just say, hey, I've gotten a ton of value out of this group. I see there's 5 5 moderators. I'd actually like to send you guys this free product I'm launching as a thank you. Oftentimes that's going to generate a conversation where they might be interested, and they'll actually approach you with some things that you could do within the group. You can be a little bit more formal about it and just let them know, hey, my name's Adam. I'm building this brand new golf brand. We're literally starting from scratch, but I love this private group, and there's a ton of amazing golfers based in the United States here. What I'd like to do, if you guys are cool with it, is give away 10 of this product to the group in this contest. And again, you can even use the Viper landing page if you wanted to here. And I actually have a chance to post a sponsored post about it. You could do monthly sponsorships where there's a set amount of posts that you get to do a month. The possibilities are endless, but Facebook groups are great because you can search them pretty easily and at scale. You can interact with the people running them. They're usually a lot less expensive because there's not a whole lot of monetization opportunities with groups. So usually the moderators are pretty open to sponsorship and things that you can do. But most importantly, you've got a hotbed of your existing customers there ready to go. The third strategy is Reddit communities. And if you haven't heard of reddit.com, it's basically like a homepage of the internet. So people go there for news, they go there for their interests. And similar to Facebook groups, there's something called subreddits, which are these communities where your ideal customers may be going to actually find information about things that they care about. So if we type in golfing as an example into Reddit subreddits to see what's available, you'll see tons and tons of golf specific subreddits with, in many cases, hundreds of thousands of people that are part of that. So again, follow those subreddits, engage with the posts, post your own valuable stuff. And then when you're ready to launch, you can organically infiltrate and ingrain yourself in those communities to let the community know about launches, to help with product research, and to build your own list, your own customer archetype that you can then use for all of those activities. Now, I'm going to take a quick breather here just to let you know, if you aren't already aware, that I've got my own private community and course called the FBA Blueprint. We now have over 150 videos, 230 plus SOPs. We do bi-monthly calls where you can ask me anything. We've got a private Facebook mastermind group. It goes on and on, but I honestly, hand to heart, feel like it's one of the best ways to get elite information on building and scaling your Amazon brand. There's 19 videos on launching. There's over 35 videos on how to build traffic. Every nook and cranny, every high value strategy that you can think of when building and scaling an Amazon business is in there. So if you've ever thought, hey, Adam's free YouTube stuff's pretty good, I wonder what his paid stuff's like, check out the free masterclass down below. And if it's a fit for you, we'd love to chat with you and see if the FBA Blueprint is potentially something that would be a fit for both of us. So on to audience building strategy number 4, and that is influencers. One of the great things about influencers is they've got their own embedded audience, and they've got their own embedded trust with that audience, which goes a long way and takes a heck of a long time to build up. So if you find influencers with the right kind of customer profile that you're going after, they can be an incredibly valuable tool that you can leverage to scale your own audience, your own brand, and ultimately your own sales. One of the approaches that we like to use specifically is to go after actual YouTube influencers like myself in the Amazon space. What's really cool about YouTube is you can actually click on a channel of interest if you find one that's really associated with your customer base. You go to the about information and then you scroll down, you can actually unlock their email address that's associated with their YouTube account. Now, you can't do this in broad spamming terms, but YouTube, it lets you do 5 per day that you're able to unlock. So if you make it a daily task to go in and find 5 YouTube channels that you think are really good for your customer base, you can find those emails, build up that list over time, and then manually reach out to those influencers and see if there's something that you can work out, whether it's a sponsorship, free product, an unboxing video, custom content. The possibilities creatively are really endless. But what you can do is tap into that audience of the YouTube followers, use that to build up your own audience, your own interest, etc. Now, what I really like about YouTube versus Instagram and TikTok and some of these other ones, those are usually very fleeting. So it's like a story for 24 hours, or it gets eyeballs for a brief period of time. What's cool about YouTube is it's actually evergreen. So one video might give you benefit for multiple years ahead. So you might get hundreds, thousands plus visits to your brand or your products over time when working with YouTube influencers. So it's a really great strategy to unlock your own audience. And then the final strategy, which is a very interesting one, is if you don't want to go through the hard yards of building your own, you can actually buy audiences. Now you're thinking, what the hell does that mean, Adam? How do you buy an audience? Well, there's a really cool site called fameswap.com. What FameSwap enables you to do is to search by specific niches or keywords or types and actually find Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts, and even YouTube channels that you can actually purchase. So it's like an escrow thing. You find one that you like, there's a list price, you can actually negotiate that. If you find one you want to buy, you send over through escrow into the FameSwap, and then once the account's transferred, it's yours. And it's actually ridiculous how inexpensive some of these are. You can find some with hundreds of thousands thousands of followers as an example on Instagram with really good engagement and really good geographic profiles of who your customers are. And you can buy them for literally pennies on the dollar. You can get some massive accounts for 500, even $1,000. So FameSwap, if you don't want to go through the hard yards of years of building your own audience, you can buy one of these niche specific Instagram, TikTok, YouTube accounts, leverage that for your launches, leverage that to funnel them over to your own brand Instagram or your own Amazon listings and build up that army over time. So I'm hoping that you saw something here in these 5 audience building strategies that you've never heard of anywhere else. That's really my goal with this channel, is to uncover nuggets that have worked in my own business, share those with the Heist community, and we all grow and benefit together. If you've got any other additional thoughts, questions, audience building tips of your own, feel free to leave those comments down below. If this is your first time here and you like what I'm bringing to the table, hit subscribe and then check out this video that the YouTube algorithm thinks that you're gonna like. Until next Monday, where we're gonna drop another weekly video. Cheers, guys.